From 1971 to 1996, Dallas defeated New England in all 7 games. Since then, it's been all Patriots, winning all 6 meetings. The Cowboys try to even the series. Next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. All the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaunton. And Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that 2nd win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Now Pollard. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here comes this Dallas offense, led by Dak Prescott in his 6th season now as the Cowboy quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well. Won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing, Prescott. That's Gallup on the slant. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. This defense for the Pats, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
Prescott gets this to the tight end, Jarwin, and he's brought down. 17 yards on the play there. The Cowboys have a 1st down. So Dak with a completion there, really showing no ill effects from that injury a season ago. Yeah, what do you think your keys are defensively trying to stop Mr. Prescott?
Well, I think any defensive coordinator will tell you, stop his running game first, because he is at his best off of play action when all of your linebackers come up to the line of scrimmage after the fake to the running back, and that allows him room and space to make a decision downfield. So take away the run, and that allows you to drop into coverage and blanket the field.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Prescott on 1st down. Flush to his right. He's got his man. It's Gallup. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him ball.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Now, here's the call.
There we go.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority.
Touchdown! CeeDee Lamb.
Oh, we got
his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Zerline good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback. The Patriot offense ready for their first drive, led by Mac Jones, the Heisman Trophy finalist and 15th overall selection this spring from Alabama.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Now Jones. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw. Jones. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
North of 100 yards, the 2 scores, and, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
On 2nd down, they go back to White again. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. This defense for the Cowboys, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Well, they just watched the other team take the ball downfield and score, so they knew that this drive, this opening drive, was on them. And, boy, that was important to pick up that first down there and keep this one going.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. On a handoff, it's White. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. After he cleared the line of scrimmage, nice little hole developed.
Yeah, he got great blocking right there at the start. But how about his vision, finding the open spaces and letting his feet carry him to him?
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now a give to White. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's a loss of 14 that time. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Looking to throw. Jones. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. Rohrwasser's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
Now Pollard. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Cooper's first catch, and good for a first down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football,
where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree. One thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. He'll buy some time right. Going to take a shot for Gallup. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. Looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. He'll get 3 up to midfield. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Prescott now from the 50. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. And the move from Mike McCarthy is going to be to keep the offense on the field here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll run it with Elliott. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Prescott from the gun. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Cowboys. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback.
Let's go!
Nelson Aguilar and company getting set to go again on offense now. He's well on his way to a 1,000-yard season, maybe on pace to just tear past that, Charles. Defensively, they need to pay a little bit more attention to him.
Yeah, I think so, because remember, throwing the football, that can shred a defense quicker than anything else, because as soon as the catch is made, he still has the ability to, yards after catch, get downfield, gain even more, score touchdowns, all of that. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch as this progresses, to see how they defend him and how he changes up his game in order to try and keep getting open.
That catch good for only a couple. Going for the deep ball. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. On second down, it's Elliott. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do, and right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage, you have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It's caught. Smith. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. From the gun, Jones goes right back to Smith again. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Back to throw, Jones. He's got it complete to Aguilar. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England first down.
And the Patriots added Nelson Aguilar in free agency, and he's going to be part of this rebuilt receiving core from a year ago. Really upped his value around the league with a solid season with the Raiders last year, increased his confidence, as well as having a career high in receiving yards.
And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1.
A 51-yard attempt.
And that will wind up just short. He had it online. It ran out of gas at the end. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where it was the visiting Bucs who were able to come in and win one on the road. Tom Brady, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. From there, we'll head to Cleveland to check on the Browns at home at First Energy Stadium. And you can see they lead the visiting Arizona Cardinals at halftime. Nick Chubb has a touchdown run. Lastly, let's check in on our nation's capital to see what's happening with the Washington football team at home at FedEx Field. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Kansas City Chiefs. Demarcus Robinson, close to 200 yards receiving with 3 touchdown catches. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cowboys. And there were a few factors as to why they built this good-size advantage, but the rushing numbers were not all that amazing. We'll see if they can pick it up in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they too didn't do a whole lot in terms of rushing efficiency in that first half, as you can tell by the numbers there. Our two teams making their final preparations for the second half. And as they do, we send it back out to Foxborough, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Brings their ball. They kick off 4 down outs.
The Patriots trailing here, but they will have the football first as the third quarter is underway. Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback. For the Patriots taking over to start quarter number 3, and right out of the gate they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
They'll start the drive with a give to White. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On second down, they go back to White again. Oh, he sheds himself free. And down to the 20. 84 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and this is absolutely a defensive coordinator's worst nightmare as well, because they spend all week preaching about the need to wrap up and make sure tackles. But what a letdown here, and it winds up costing them big yardage.
And the next-gen stats tells us after that initial contact was made, he was able to take it nearly 50 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He'll drop it underneath to White. Into the secondary again. Touchdown, Patriots. James White, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but his top 2 options were not available on that throw, so he went the safe route, worked out pretty well.
It was like you were in the pocket. How about you going through the progressions like that? What a lot of offenses say, touchdown to check down. Look downfield first, bring it back to the line of scrimmage. Not easy for a rookie to do. Oftentimes they get 1 look, and they make their decision off of that. He went through 3. That was impressive.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Going to take a shot for Gallup. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson.
J.C. Jackson is a name that more and more NFL fans are able to identify. And last year, a terrific year to be a corner in the AFC East. Xavier Howard of Miami led the NFL with 10 picks. But J.C. Jackson of the Pats, he finished second with 9, and he just gets another one.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see guys running it this well, they see the game in slow motion, don't they? They see the cuts happen, they see the blocks happen, they feel really good about their vision, and then they use their legs to find that open space.
And he's had some good help up front to boot. They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Donovan Wilson that time there on the tackle. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground with White. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively, they rally quickly after the broken tackle.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Jones now on 3rd down. This complete left side to Aguilar. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On the give, it's White. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
Second and 11 now. Opting to run again here with White. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
His throw caught right around the 6. And the Patriots are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Looking to throw. Jones. Touchdown! Hunter Henry. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots have taken the lead. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on, and remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now Pollard. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, A lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
A running play there, going to get 11 as they get a quick first down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Prescott. They'll roll him out right. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They go to Elliott again. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 62 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get... And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack.
Their first sack of the game, and it doesn't come from a usual suspect, not somebody up front, but Charles, a defensive back getting in there.
And I can tell you from experience, he's beyond excited to make that play because you're exactly right. Is it normal to call his number to run at the quarterback like that? Usually you're defending the pass, but he takes full advantage and dumps him to the turf.
How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the 1st.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of, and in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of, trying to engineer a 4th quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Trucks over him. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 12-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Now Prescott. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead.
Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, They had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Now Zerline on and the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback.
And the Patriots gearing up to go now.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Throwing Jones.
Quick completion to Henry.
It's a room to maneuver. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line.
I tell you, for a defender, that's got to be a scary sight, seeing a big man like this with a head of steam behind him as he makes that catch and then turns upfield.
Yeah, and this is what we mean when we talk about flipping the field, having your offense look at going a long way to a short way after he makes a play. His ability to do that, evident. Able to make the catch there, keep his momentum going, and just continue downfield.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted.
Picked off by Anthony Brown.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
So Prescott to the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. Zeke with a shake and bake. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
103 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? And he was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Dante Hightower on the stop.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Nice hit, boy.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Let's go.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Running right through him. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. The give is to Elliott. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Patriots will take their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Now Elliott pushes it, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, his fourth touchdown on the year.
And the Cowboys are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Well, I tell you, Ezekiel Elliott, I mean, he is just built like a bowling ball, and he powered his way into the end zone there.
I love that description of him because when you think about Zeke, you think about lower body strength and those legs churning and creating extra yardage.
Zerline now for the PAT. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback. So now Jones and the Patriots down by 11. A minute 39 to go. They need a touchdown with a 2-point conversion and a field goal in either order as they've got it first down. Now Jones. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Jones. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play. But he could not pull it in. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Jones. He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Jones.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man complete. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football.
Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Jones.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.